Well, g'day guys. It's a cracker of a day today. I spent yesterday in quite a bit of dust, so my voice is a little different. But anyway, we're here with header number 1, which is, you can just sort of just see it there. We're at the lease block. Now, header number 2 is, I think, on the other paddock of the lease block, which is just, a kilometre down there. And yes, we're just trying to recover and get back into it. So, poor old 280 here had a bit of an issue. Thankfully, it happened right as the rain came, so it didn't slow us down or anything. But you can probably see there that there's meant to be connected. And that's kind of important if we want to use it. So I think there's a new one coming today, or we might already have it, I'm not sure, but we just need to fit it up. Now, we've got a good chunk of grain off this paddock here. And it was yielding very well, so it was really nice. But yeah, we've got about another 1,000 tonne of wheat, I think, on this place, and yeah, we just got to see how we go about it. We've actually got some wheat at the development block which needs to be harvested as well, and it's probably a priority. And we've also committed to harvest for someone down the road. And yeah, when we commit to harvesting for someone, we treat it like our own. So we want what's best for them. So we will possibly split up the headers. One will go to the development block, and the other one will go do that. So there's 700 or 800 hectares, I think, to do for a neighbour. So that's all fun and games. The other thing this morning is I've got to quickly try and work out why the speed sensor's not working on header number 1 here. It is not overly important as far as for the header to work, but when the speedo goes out, you lose your yield monitoring, so that ties in with like how many tonnes per hectare you're doing, how many tonnes per hour you're doing, and also your yield mapping. So at the end of the season, when you download the yield maps on the computer, you can see what each part yielded, and you can see whether there's a dull spot somewhere that might need a bit more attention next year, or whatever it may be. So it's very handy to have. So I'll see how we go. Hopefully it's something simple. We've put a new sensor in it. We just didn't have time to check over it, so we just got a new sensor in and put it in, but it's still not working. So fun. Righto, so the sensor for the speed is on top of the gearbox, just in between the front wheels there. And what had actually happened was the old sensor would have died, but while putting the new one in, they're quite sensitive as to the height, how far away they are. So they're a 2-wire sensor, so it's like a proximity sensor, which, if it's too far away, which Phil just quickly did it out in the paddock and judged about the same as the old one, but if it's just a little bit out, it won't pick up. So I just adjusted that and it's working, so that's really good. Now we're got to go onto the 280 here, get this broken tie rod sorted. Well, we tried to pull the other side off so we could take the whole the arm off and then weld it back up at the main shed, but yes, it's extremely tight, and we tried heating it up and all that, but we just can't get it. So what we're doing is we're just going to weld it up. It's not our first choice, but we're hoping the new arm comes today, but we just never know. So we need this, so we're just going to have to weld her up and hope it holds out until we can swap out the new one. So we're going to gusset it, and it mightn't be very pretty, but we're hopeful that it'll do the job. Well, got it all welded up. It's not pretty, but hopefully that holds until we get the new shaft in. Well, we are at the development block. As you can probably see, this hasn't moved, it's still there. And yeah, we've got the cement blocks there that it's going to sit on over there, but yeah, that's obviously just going to happen when we're not busy with harvest. But got the 2 dozers there, they're just having a nice rest, just because there's plenty of work still for them to do, but yeah, we're all just too busy, obviously, trying to get some grain off. The silo is all in pieces there, well, the 2 silos. So yeah, we're expecting them to be up well and truly before harvest, but like everything at the minute, it just didn't quite eventuate, and just things got put back, and then we had the wet weather and a bit of a awkward spot really, because yeah, we really need them. That was going to take a lot of pressure off, but yeah, we're probably going to be harvesting here in the next 2 days maybe, and yeah, they're not up obviously, so a bit disappointing, but that's just life. And yeah, so got the excavator there ready and the loader there, and yeah, we've had, with the rains, we got quite a bit of wash through on some of the causeways here, so they're all silted up again. So yeah, we've got, I think Brad's on the drag bucket. Yeah, down there you might just be able to see a little green dot. He's on the doits there, just trying to clear up some of the silt. But yeah, one of the other jobs today is, because those silos aren't up and we don't have a lot of storage options, is these silos here that were here when we bought the place have these little hoppers that are welded on, and mean it that we can't actually fit our big augers in there, and when we've got trucks coming or whatever, we want them to load up quickly, so we'll probably cut them off, and yeah, that way we can just slip our bigger auger in there and get them out, get the trucks out quicker. So we'll probably end up using these 4 silos. I think they're about 50 tonne each. We might end up using these as sort of like a mother bin, so we can just keep storing this up while trucks keep coming in and clearing it. But anyway, this is the first for us here, so we'll see how we go with all of that. So I got 1 done, just got 3 more to go. Just got to be careful I don't want to cut out yeah, where that slide goes, otherwise that will not work. So I think it'll be okay. The auger that we're planning on using here actually has a inbuilt hopper, or we've modified to have an inbuilt hopper, but it actually folds down, so we should be able to get it down under there and flick it back up, and yeah, it should work all right, I think. And yes, we've also got the dump truck. We've got that going back together, so we've got the pump back. We're just fitting that. Hopefully it works after this, but there may be another issue, so we'll just, yeah, try and get that going, because we probably will need that to help pull out trucks and bogged headers possibly, and all sorts of things. So going to be a fun time, I reckon. But yeah, so if that's going, at least we've got an extra bit of gear that can pull out stuff. Well, I think we got somewhere with the dump truck. Yeah, put all the pump in, got it all buttoned up, and yeah, I just ended up taking it for a bit of a spin. Yeah, making some noises, and the electric override was kicking in, but just to go lock to lock and take it for a bit of a drive, and eventually seems like it got a bit of air out of the system, but I don't think it's still working 100%. Can't turn really quick, but yeah, we can turn easy enough, and yeah, for what we need, it'll certainly do the job. We just mightn't have enough time to yeah, search into it much further, but yeah, it's running, it steers, so that's good enough for us. It's not making any noise, so it's not doing any damage, but I think it's the load compensating line between the metering pump, which is on the end of the steering column, and the actual main pump. So it might be something going on there that it's just not telling the main pump to up its pressure. But anyway, see how we go and see what eventuates. Got a few things tidied up, and yeah, hoping maybe tomorrow that one of the headers will be coming here to make a start. So We're just going to have some dramas getting trucks in to keep the grain away. So yeah, there's a few options about. We may be putting a bunker down. We do have a big tarp, a bunker tarp there, just in case. It's not ideal, it's a bit of mucking around, but it just means we can get the grain off as quick as we want. We're not worried about waiting on trucks to cart the grain away. So yeah, that is a possibility. But anyway, we're just heading down to the lease block. They're just finishing up the wheat there. So I think they've just made a start in the last couple of hours. It's dry enough. So yeah, that will probably get tidied up sometime tomorrow. And yeah, then the headers are going to split up. So see what happens. Yeah, so it's finally my turn on the chaser bin. So I finished tidying up a few odd ends here at the lease block, just finishing off this wheat. So the tie rod end there's still holding up. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll be going tonight fairly late, I think, but yeah, then once we polish this off, then the headers will be splitting up. So who knows what's going to happen. Well, we have header number 2 in the paddock now as well. Yeah, it just makes it a bit easier. We had to get a bit of grain off the other side, separate it, but now we're just going to hook into this together while the mother bin's here. It's just easier, and we'll have the 2 chasers and we can just hook in and tidy off this last little bit, head over to the other side and keep going on with that. Well, we just got a few tonne left in the mother bin here, but the poor old 555 here won't pop it out. So just with the soft ground and all the weight that's gone through it, all the wheels are sunken in a bit. So yeah, we might have to pull him out. I know, we'll just decided to hook the Steiger up and see if it'll pull it out. There we go. Well, it's 11:30 at night. It's just starting to get a bit tough for the headers, and yeah, we're just starting to get a bit, everything was getting full. So we do have the triple back. He's unloading out of the mother bin, so yeah, it's freed up a bit of space, but we'll probably be filling the mother bin up pretty well after yeah, both the chaser bins load into it. So I think we're going to call it a night. And yeah, so that was got a fair bit done, so that's good. So we'll be finishing off this bit of wheat tomorrow, and yeah, then see whether the plans change or not. Well guys, another day. Yes, currently first job for the day is to find the little plastic guard that goes underneath the header front. It goes underneath that centre belt. Yes, so on header number 2, it's mysteriously disappeared. We do have another plastic guard, but we need the little metal bits that bolt to it to be able to actually mount it up there. So I'm going to send the drone up and look around where that header was harvesting and see if we can spot it. It's quite a big black bit of plastic, so I'm hoping it'll be a fairly easy find. But anyway, good excuse to throw the drone up. Well, I found it. Drone come in quite handy. Now I've got to go retrieve it. So it's in the other little section that he did last night. So yeah, not far away, thankfully. Right, this is going to be quite hot. Bacon in the sunny. Yes, no, that is hot. Well, we don't have a lot left here at the lease block, and then yeah, then we're going to be splitting up. But because of the rain we had, there is actually quite a bit of the grain sprouted or gone shot and sprung. And what that actually does is once that starts sprouting, it changes the sort of makeup in the grain. It starts converting the starch to sugar, and that means it's not really good for milling. So when they test the grain, it comes out as a percentage of how much is sprouted, and obviously you get docked for that. So you obviously get paid less. So yeah, it's not too bad here. It's still not making the milling grade, but it's still going okay. But yeah, you do get docked quite a bit. So it's just life. You can't really do much about it. We can't stop the rain. We can't do anything like that, but we're very much just thankful that it's not as bad as we know that others have. We're just still thankful. But yeah, we've got both headers going. We're hooking along, and yeah, hopefully get this all sorted soon. We've finished off the wheat. We've just got that 70 hectares, I think there was, of that barley that we planted here at the lease block. And that was just that bonus crop that we didn't really expect to plant it, or we weren't really focused on getting it planted, but the opportunity came, and we decided to just hook in and have a crack at that. And yeah, it's looking pretty good actually. But yeah, we've got header number 2 is on that, just tidying it off, just so we can finish with this place and move on to the next thing. Currently we've got the other header number 1, and the little red chaser bin's heading to the development block, and yeah, hopefully make a start there, see what we can do there. There is a good chance that we're possibly going to have to put a heap of the grain on the ground, just because we're not going to be able to keep it away with trucks. Anyway, we'll just see how we go with that, see what happens. Righto, we are at the development block. So I'm here with the auger behind me, so this is what we'll be using to possibly put it in a big pile on the ground. All this grain of part of this block anyway won't be going into town, into the normal system, so that's why we've got to keep it separate. But yeah, those 4 silos, we'll be filling those up and then just seeing where we're at then, and then possibly putting a big heap of it on the ground, so see what happens. A little bit overkill, but at least we're getting it in there. So I think these are nearly 50 tonne each. So yeah, there's almost a couple 100 tonne of storage here. The main goal is just to fill these up and then make the decision, depending on, we might have some more information about availability of trucks and things. It might just change what we do, but if it doesn't look like it's going to be a steady flow of trucks coming, then we'll move this out into the paddock. Just the other side of the trees over there, there's a nice little rise, so yeah, it'll probably work really well to put the grain. So yeah, it looks like it's dry enough at least, so that is good. Just got quite a few of these little, where we had a flood earlier in the year, there's created quite a few erosion channels, you can see. And yeah, you've just got to be careful some of the contour banks and in some of those areas where it could be a bit soft. So we really don't want to be getting stuck. That's not a goal during harvest generally, so we'll try to avoid that one. And it just happened. So the header is stuck, but if we can unload him, which it looks like I might be able to pull up under him, we might just be able to get out. So I think this is going to be what we struggle with. We just got these silt patches from the floods, like I was saying before, and you just end up real slippery on top. It's not actually too deep, but yeah, it's not fun. We're moving at least, but I don't know whether that's worse or better. Well, it's not ideal. We don't have a small strap when we need it. We've only got the big 100 tonners. Anyway, we'll get it done. So yeah, that's probably enough excitement for one video. Yeah, as always, probably really should start doing this at the start of the video, but anyway, as always, hit the like, subscribe if you haven't already, and we're now on Instagram and Facebook, so you can check them out. The links are in the description. And yeah, I think I'm guessing the next video is going to be interesting. I don't even know what it's going to be about, so we'll see what happens. We'll catch you in the next one.